I think we're going live. What's going on, everyone? Let me know if you can hear me. I've got the chat pulled up on the side. We haven't done a live stream in a while. In fact, I think it was 2 months ago when we did the last one. And so I wanted to kind of go over another unboxing of the Legion of Collectors from DC Comics. I like doing these things. I just like live streaming, and these give me an excuse to do it over here on the Sidekick channel. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Will? What's going on, Kylie? Also, you might notice, it's hard to tell with the microphone in the way, but we have our brand new Wonderful Nerd shirts. It says, Wonderful Nerds. Wow, it's really hard to tell. Let me just adjust the microphone so it's kind of pointed at me. But it says, Wonderful Nerd, read between the panels, and then it says, established 2012 here on the sides, because that's when the channel started. Well, I think the channel actually started in 2013, but NerdSync started in 2012 as a podcast. Many of you guys might not know it started as a podcast first, the podcast that no longer airs. It's around still, but we don't make new episodes. Either way, these are available over, you can go to NerdSyncStore.com, get them. I think the standard is this one. It's this like a charcoal heather type thing. But here, let's get a better view. Whoops, a better view of that shirt right here. Look at how great that is. It's pretty awesome. So that is the shirt, NerdSyncStore.com. If I was smarter, I would have had like text on the screen that said that, but I don't. If you are a patron, if you're a NerdSync patron who is in the, I think it's $15 and up tier, then you will get one of these. You don't have to pay for them. I mean, you're paying us on Patreon, so you'll just get one of these. You don't have to pay for it separately, you know? We're working on that. That'll be actually within the next few days. We'll probably be sending out the orders. So, look forward to that. I like the red one. I like this maroon one. It looks very Harry Potter-ish, especially with the lightning bolts down on the bottom. It's very hard to see, and my camera is like mirroring everything, so it's difficult. But yeah. So, let's just go ahead and get into the unboxing. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Brandon. $2 super chat. You said you would. I appreciate it. I didn't even know we had super chat here on the. This is on the Sidekick channel, right? Like I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm not streaming on the main channel, am I? No, there'd be more people here. I figured. Superhero movies, review, and more. What's going on, everyone? Cosmic Nerd, Daniel, Nigel. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. I believe the theme is Batman the Animated Series. That's what I put in the title. And we have, right off the bat, we've got fun. So this is a Joker patch. I've said this. Wi-Fi is bad. Writing that in the chat. Just in case, but it looks like we're back online now. So, anyway, I used to be a street magician is what I was trying to say. Oops, I dropped it. Oh no. I'm a bad streamer. So I like the playing cards a lot. I love the design of playing cards. It's one of my favorite things. So, then we also have the pin. Oh god, that one was stuck on there. Just can't even like rip the whole chunk off of the box. Come on. You trying to prevent the fans from being able to actually... And now I can't even get this open. This is... Really? Alright. This is Catwoman. It's a bit difficult to get, but it's a Catwoman pin. Check that out. I wish I had a better camera to focus on. But that's actually really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. But now let's get into the main box. How's it going, everyone? We got a lot of people here right now. Alright, this is spoilers, so we're going to throw that away, but it looks like the next box, what does it say? The next box is going to be, DC's Most Wanted, so a lot of villains. I would expect that. It's coming out around, what's that, September or something like that? September, so that's right before, October. I imagine if they were doing it in October, they probably would do the villain theme. That's typical of them. So we have the Batman Adventures, #1 comic, with, of course, the Funko Batman, which is kind of cute. It's like, it's that classic Batman pose, the classic Batman shot, but with a giant head, which is actually really funny to me. Speaking of shirts, we have a new shirt. Ooh, Ooh, that was like both a gasp and a wheeze. I was like, that's how you know you're a big nerd, is when your gasps sound like you need your inhaler. Dude, that's awesome. That's, again, that kind of classic Batman thing, but with the giant head, the giant Funko head. This shirt seems large. I mean, it is a large, but it seems larger than large. Is that just me? Like, this seems like it's too big. It seems enormous, but I don't know. Maybe it'll shrink. But now we get into the toys, guys. We're getting into the toys. My microphone's a bit hot. I set it up so that I wouldn't have to put right up to my mouth, and then I started talking like right up to it, so I'm an idiot for that. Which one do I want to open for? You know, we'll save the classic Funko for last, and we'll go for the Dorbs Rides. Can you make out what that is with that giant reflection of my computer? Well, there's your chat right there. That's everyone chatting. Everyone say hi in the reflection of the box. But it is a... Let me open it up so you can see it better without the reflective plastic. You thought that was a throw blanket? Right, it is. It looks big. I don't know. It'll shrink. I'll wash it. It'll shrink in the wash, probably. Check it out. Oh, this is so cool. All right. Boxes and stuff. Last time I threw a box, I knocked over a different Batman. So this one, hopefully, boom. Check it out. Well, he's a little crook. He fell asleep at the wheel, which is not. He's having little tired bat dreams. He's adorable. He's adorbsable. Just kidding. That was, see, I was trying to imitate if this was edited. We would just zoom into my face, really. But it's a live stream. Yeah, the Batmobile. Check it out. It's very hard to get him situated, but I think I got him. That is so cool. I've always loved the look of the animated series Batmobile. It's very boxy and very just awesome looking. God, that's so cool. I might even, I mean, as much as I love the Dorbs, I might just set this up as its own thing. Like, this just looks cool as, like, a part of the set somewhere. The Dorb is fine on top of it. It is cute. But, and then here he is by himself, too, just so you guys can see that. And he kind of, he doesn't fit in super well. Mostly he's held in by the cape, snagging onto stuff. But yeah, just the Batmobile by itself looks awesome. What do you guys think? Yeah? Let's see. A little bat nap. All right, later, nerds. Everyone who's leaving. We got one more thing. See ya, Kylie. See ya, everybody. We got one last thing in here. At least I think so. But let's take a moment to appreciate the inside of the box. I've always liked how they do that. It's, you know, it's not just like a blank box. It's got a whole bunch of cool stuff on it. It's awesome. It's good stuff, man. How's the book coming along? Well, you know, Chris is more at work on it than I am, quite frankly. He's going above and beyond and continuing to write a whole bunch of stuff. We have a big list. Our goal... I'm like not opening this very last one. I'm procrastinating. But our goal was to get a first draft done, or not even a first draft, but get a specific number of chapters. I can't even remember what it was. It was something like 30 or 35 or something like that. Chapters written by August. So, or by the end of August, by my birthday, which is August 25th. Everyone mark that in your calendars. Ooh. Sorry, computer. But I have no idea where we are right now, but we should probably get on that. Thanks to everyone for asking about the book, for sure. All right. Last one here. I already took it out. It is... I didn't even see... Okay, when I show it to you, I'll just show it to you. Boom. Look at that. With the glass... Are you kidding me? So when it was in the packaging... I just thought it was a part of the packaging, right? The dome. And so it was only once I took it out and I was just holding it, and that is so cool. God, I love Mr. Freeze. You know, Mr. Freeze is an interesting villain. because like depending on the continuity, of course. Hey, thanks Soundboard for the super chat. Everyone give some props to Soundboard. Give some clapping emojis or something. I don't know. Is there a snow? There's probably some snow emojis, some freezing emojis. Throw some of those in there from Mr. Freeze. But this thing is freaking cool. Mr. Freeze was one of my favorite villains before the New 52. I have no idea what his story is now because I don't know if he's even been in recent comics. But before the New 52, he was, just his classic story is that he was only doing all this villainous stuff to save the woman that he loved. And the New 52 introduced this idea that, oh no, we need to make him more of a villain. We need to make him more hateable, because it's harder for us to root for Batman when you realize that Mr. Freeze is just trying to save Nora. So what they did in the New 52 was they made it so Mr. Freeze actually had a creepy romance. Like there was a girl who was already frozen, who had never met him, and he worked at a cryogenics lab, and he just became infatuated with this person who he had never met, and he only knew her frozen state, and it just made it real strange, and it's not my favorite thing the New 52 did, but I do prefer his kind of classic MO of trying to save his wife, but they were like, ooh, we gotta make him more of a villain, so let's make him weird and creepy, but pretty sure no one uses it in Rework. Well, that's good. What's on the shirt? This shirt or the shirt that we got? This is if you guys missed it, if you guys weren't here, this is the wonderful nerd shirt with the NerdSync logo and everything right here. This is available at nerdsyncstore.com for some price. I don't know what it is. It was on sale for like a day or two. It might still be on sale. I don't think it is actually. But if you're a patron who supports us at the $15 tier or above, then you guys are going to get this shirt as soon as we order them in the next couple days. I actually have to wait until at least the 5th, because that's when the Patreon money comes in, is around the 5th or 6th of each month. And then once we get that money in, first and foremost, we're going to pay our editors for doing that awesome Batman Adam West video. If you guys haven't seen that, because I know YouTube doesn't push it out as often, we made a video. It's 22 minutes long. It's about the history of Adam West. Please go check it out. It's over on the main channel. Just search for NerdSync Adam West, should pop up. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. People are saying it's one of the best videos we've ever made. So or not one of the best. People are saying that it is the best video we've ever made. So I think that's a ringing endorsement. Please go check it out. It was a ton of fun to make, and we just want people to see it. We're not even making money off the video because we disabled the ads. So, but either way, like I was saying, Patreon, you get these shirts. Here's a better view of it. This is the default color that it comes in. But there are like dozens of different colors you can choose from and customize it to your own liking. It can also be the design can be put on like phone cases and mugs and everything like that if you don't need a shirt. We also have a $12 tier on Patreon that gets a poster, because I know a lot of people are like, I don't really need another t-shirt. So we did that sort of thing. It was TV quality. Thanks, man. We've been getting that comment a lot. In fact, I was at VidCon a couple days ago, basically the entirety of last week, and the way I have some friends who are trying to like introduce me to new people because I'm terrible at networking, and people were saying, oh hey, this guy is Scott, he makes like TV quality videos on YouTube. And I wouldn't say that all of our videos are TV quality. I would say recently they've been pretty good, because we've been taking a little bit of extra time with them. But this one specifically is the one I would say, if I had to pick any video I've ever made, this would be the one that I would say could probably be on TV. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I'm a big believer in like new digital media stuff, and I'm trying to get away from TV, but I think it's pretty good. I think that just speaks to the quality of it. Yeah, Andrew from 3DIY is actually in the chat right now. He did an incredible job editing the video. It was just a fun time to go back and forth, doing stuff. But you're not even a moderator. I'm going to make you a moderator. Heck yeah. There you go. That seems appropriate. So, We need more videos on the main channel like there used to be. So, yeah, here's what I'm thinking about doing. So, I mean, look, I agree. I think we could be putting out more videos. So here's my mindset, and I've been kind of talking about this over the past few months as everything's been changing. I like doing these longer form videos. I like spending a lot more time making them look nice and pretty. There was a point when we were doing 3 videos a week on the main channel, but that we had a whole team behind us, right? And we had a team of like a full-time editor, full-time, writers and stuff like that, who were doing stuff. And it was fun, but it was fun to work with people. But I wouldn't say any of those videos were like videos that I would show people to be like, this is the stuff that I'm proud of making. They were like videos we were throwing up. I would call them good enough videos, right? They're videos that we could throw up and be like, you know what? That's good enough. People will like it. And I would rather do quantity over quality, but I would still, as of right now, right, I would like to do more than we're doing. Instead of doing like 1 video every 2 weeks, which is kind of where we are right now, I would like to do at least 2 videos a week, but, one of them could be a live stream or something like that. Share it to every social media. Yes, please share the video to every social media. Yeah, it was a good video. But yeah, that's kind of where my head's at. I would like to do one of these big videos. Eventually, my plan is to do one of these giant videos every single week. That's what I would like to do. We're not there just yet. I think we could do one every other week and then have like a supplemental one that's like a little bit shorter in the weeks between, and then potentially do like a live stream every week or something like that to answer your guys' comments like we used to do. And that was a lot of fun to do that sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at with all this. I would much rather not burn myself out making a bunch of, just okay videos. I would rather spend a lot of time making videos that are really good and then maybe supplemented with some live streams or something like that. So, will Dylan and I make a VidCon episode? I assume you mean of the podcast. Dylan wasn't there, and I get the vibe that he probably doesn't want to talk about VidCon because he wasn't there. We might touch on it briefly, but, it's one of those things where he was kind of, I saw from his Twitter that he was kind of sad that he wasn't able to go, so I don't want to I don't want to spend an hour talking about it and talking about all the stuff that he missed out on, so we'll see how he's feeling, but probably not. We might touch on it a little bit. How often are the podcasts? They're supposed to be once a week, but sometimes we forget to upload them. We record a whole bunch in advance, so we don't have a shortage, but it's just, yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, to Carvin for the super chat. Yeah, everyone got on it, but yeah, show some love for the $5 super chat. It's awesome. Let's see. Will you ever make a video about cartoon comics? Like Hanna-Barbera type stuff, like Scooby-Doo and Jetsons and everything like that? Potentially. I was talking to Andre from Black Nerd Comedy at VidCon. Him and I have interacted before, but we've never done a collab together, and he was talking about he watched our Archie video because he did a whole series of recap videos about Riverdale, and there's some of the best stuff on the entire internet. Please go watch those. They're awesome, and he's hilarious. And, he was watching our Archie video and was like, you kind of picked on Riverdale a little bit. That's my show, man. So we're going to do potentially a collab about cartoons and comic books and stuff like that, because I believe Wonder Woman's first television appearance was on like the Brady something. Is Brady Kids a thing? Ooh, I'm young. And I'm asking you guys who are probably potentially younger, but yeah. So who knows? Oh, you're thinking more like Steven Universe Teen Titans. Gotcha. Yeah. Who knows? We'll probably do something along those lines. A lot of retro cartoon stuff with Andre That would be a ton of fun. I love that idea. Did I get the Taco Bell Fantasy Freeze at VidCon? I sure did. In fact, I got it because I was talking to Andre. When I walked up to him, he was holding one, and I was like, what the heck is that? That looks amazing. And there was... so at VidCon, you know, they had it on the floor, but there was always like a mile-long line to get it because they were just giving them out for free, obviously. And so if you wanted one, you'd have to wait for what seemed like an hour or so just to get one of these things. And I didn't know if the wait would be worth it. But they also had this thing at the end of like the first or second night where you would, if you had a featured creator pass or a full access pass, which thankfully I had one because my friend gave me one, not because I'm some big star that they gave me one. I just happened to know someone who had an extra one, and I was like, yes, please. So I had one, and I went to there, and basically they closed down the entire exhibit hall for to everyone except if you had one of these passes, right? So this is where, you know, all the big kind of YouTube celebrities would hang out just that night so they could explore the exhibit hall without being swarmed by fans. And so we were just I was talking with, with Andre, and he had it, and he was like, dude, if you want it, now is the time to get it because there is no line right now. So you got to go. And I did it, and it was delicious. And I don't even think I finished the whole thing, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot, for sure. He said it in a video where he showed some of his t-shirts. Yeah, dude, it was, it was awesome. It was a good time. We're almost the same age. How old are you, Andrew, if you don't mind me asking? Rolling in all that Patreon money. I wish. No, but I mean, our patrons have been super awesome. You guys are making it so we can pay our editors and whatnot, and so I can fly home occasionally, which is pretty great. I was talking to my parents earlier today, and I think I'm gonna fly home at the end, either the beginning or the end of August, not in the middle because they're gonna be in Texas, but in a different part of Texas. So I still won't even be able to see them. But, you know, maybe the end of August, because that's when my birthday is. It's also when my grandpa's birthday is. And I think it's also, when my aunt's birthday is. We have a lot of birthdays at the end of August and the beginning of September. So I might fly home for that. Will I ever sing Scooby-Doo again? Oh, kind of. So RKVC is a band that I met a month or so ago. And they've been super awesome. Rod and Vince have just been the coolest people to work with. And well, I say work with, teasing up a song. But one of the first things they did was they Googled, if you just YouTube Scott Nicewander, right, just my name, I think the very first thing that pops up is that YouTube, or the Scooby-Doo video that I did a couple of years ago. And they took that and they remixed it with a whole bunch of fun memes and better music. And I'm going to be uploading that to this channel, quite potentially. And I think they sent me the video of it, so it might go up as soon as I remember to do that. But it's a lot of fun, so kind of I'm singing Scooby-Doo again. It's the same video, but just remixed, and it's awesome. Make a video where I sing. Okay, so I was going to announce this to Patreon, but I might as well do it here. RKVC, when I met them a month ago, I was talking about like, hey, let's make a fun Spider-Man parody for Homecoming, right? And what ended up happening was they sent me back. It was supposed to be a comedy, right? This is a funny video, silly, goofy video. They sent me back the music for it with this just beautiful chorus, and I realized, oh, I can't make jokes over this. We have to make a genuinely serious song about Spider-Man and his headspace and his mindset. And we got 2 verses down. We're just missing the bridge right now. I'm writing the verses. They wrote the chorus, which is awesome, and the music, of course. And so I put some of that in the Discord server a couple weeks ago for people to check out. But I wrote the second verse now, and I just have to finish up the bridge, and then we'll be using it in our Spider-Man video on the main channel. We'll be using that song as kind of background music and like the ending kind of swelling of everything that we'll be talking about. And hopefully someday we'll release the whole song as maybe a music video. I don't know, but it's a real good song. Well, their part of it. My part is like, it's fine, but they did an awesome job with it. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. It's gonna be cool. It's the second video to come up. All right, what's the first one then? When you search Scott Nice Wonder. Everyone, tell Scott to finish my book. I'm working on it. I mean, I haven't actually touched it in a while, but Chris is working on it, and I have to go and look over all of his stuff that he's done. But the way we've been doing it recently, working on the book, is he'll say, hey, Scott, do you have any information about Spider-Man? Do you have any information about Captain America? And I would just write out a bunch of stuff that I knew off the top of my head, and then he would translate that into, well, he would research and fact check that and to make sure that I was right, and then turn that into book form. And that's kind of how I like to work. So the Batman video, the Adam West video that we recently did, I wrote that with Angela, who used to write a whole bunch of alter ego videos back when those were a thing. And the way that we did that was one of my favorite ways to work, and I want to do that more often, which is we get on a Skype call. And because I hate writing. Writing is like the slowest process for me. I love the research. I love fine-tuning stuff. But when it comes to actually writing it out in a transcript as like a teleprompter thing, it's not my favorite thing. So the way that we wrote this episode, the Adam West video, was we got on a Skype call and I just said, all right, let me tell you the story of Adam West's Batman verbally, because I love to do that. I love to talk. I mean, look at me right now. I'm talking a whole bunch. So I just told her the story that I wanted to tell in the video, and then she just wrote it all down and wrote some bullet points, and then came back like the next day to flesh it out, and then we worked on it together to finish it. But that's my favorite way to work. I want to do that for every other video now, because writing is the slowest part to me. I could easily, if I wasn't worried about making sure the words I said were accurate, which is a big thing I want to worry about. But if I wasn't super worried about the exact phrasing of everything, then I would much prefer to just say stuff off the top of my head, because I love to just talk about stuff. But it's nice to bounce stuff off of people. Have I listened to any of Andre's old raps? I have not, but thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Lots of applause going on for Soundboard. Thank you so much. It's been awesome. First video is DC Rebirth. Interesting. I don't know why that one's... Either way, that's fine. Thanks for looking that up, though. Is NerdSync Gaming still a thing? Yes. Sorry, my nose is itchy because I haven't shaved my facial hair in a bit. Is NerdSync Gaming still a thing? Yes. Kind of. In fact, I should probably be doing more stuff over there. Right now, it's mostly just Bryce and a little bit of Chris. It's over on the Twitch channel. We're thinking about just doing some more. We're playing out with a lot of live streaming stuff like this, right? Whether it's here, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Twitch, we're just playing all out with a lot of where we want to do stuff. So we might do some more Twitch stuff in the future. On the YouTube channel, it's still there. Bryce is going to be uploading a bunch of old streams, in chunks, so you can tell a whole story. I think he's actually waiting on something from me. So that's my fault. The fact that hasn't done anything. But yeah. Where am I from? That's racist. I'm kidding. I was born in Louisiana. Moved to North Dakota, then moved to Michigan, and lived there for 10 years or so, around 10 years, and then moved to South Carolina and lived there for probably 12 or 13 years, and now I live in Texas. I did go to college in Tennessee as well, so all over the place. I'm from all over the place, mostly on the east side of the United States. You used to do live streaming. Dude, I love live streaming. This is my favorite thing, just talking to you guys right now. So that's why I want to do more of it on the main channel. More people coming in. More fun. And answering comments and stuff like that. It's a ton of fun, man. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, where's everyone else from? I would love to know that. Where's everyone else coming from right now? It's almost midnight for me right now. I didn't mean for this to go on for so long. I was thinking 10 minutes, but I just like talking to you guys. Advice for small podcasts. My window is open. You can probably hear someone's engine going on outside. I apologize. It's just the breeze feels nice, so I wanted to keep the window open, but it's fine. Oh yeah, advice for small podcasters and other internet peoples. Okay, I have some nice practical advice, of course, that I want to give people, but I think just like a generic advice that if you haven't started making stuff, if you haven't started your podcast yet, but you're thinking about it, man, my face is so itchy. Or you haven't started your YouTube channel or whatever it is that you're doing, my very first advice to you is just to do it. Just to start right now, because there's always going to be this mindset where you want to wait until you can get better, or you want to wait until you have better equipment or whatever. But I got to be honest with you, the very first stuff you're going to do is going to be garbage. That's how it is. The very first stuff that you do is going to suck. You're going to look back at it and say, holy crap, this is terrible. I do that. I know every single other creator that I know does that. We absolutely hate this. I called it a 1 month gap where I hate everything that is at least a month old that I've made. Because I know that I've learned a lot. Every single month I learn something new, and I'll look back at it and go, oh, God, that video I made in May sucks. But yeah, look, just do it. Don't worry about being bad, because the best way to improve is just to continue to do it. So it's gonna be bad. I mean, that's you're lucky if it's a miracle if it's not bad, but just do it anyway. And learn from it, and it's gonna be, see if you even like it. So, but that is not that's, I guess, a practical piece of advice. But if you're looking for just more like, no, I've already started, I just want more advice, then I would say if you're doing a podcast, make sure, if you haven't launched it, but you've already recorded some stuff, have a bunch of episodes recorded in advance, release 3 to 5 of them all at once on the same day. That way, when you do your initial launch, people might listen to the first 5 episodes all at once, and iTunes could recommend you to the new and noteworthy section. That's how you game that system. It's never worked for me because I've been terrible about that. Like the NerdSync podcast, we just released one at a time, so we didn't even follow that strategy. The online podcast, we just did a terrible job announcing that one. So, but that would be the best way to do that for a podcast. YouTube stuff, same thing. Have a bunch of episodes recorded in advance and throw it up there all at once. Just to give people more stuff to watch. So there you go. And when obviously collaborations are a huge thing. Some people want to collaborate with gigantic channels. I would say when you're starting out, collab with people who are around your same size. Because that's just going to make it easier for everyone. Also, if you're going to collaborate with people, come with ideas. Don't just say hey, I want to collab with you. Say, here's an idea that I have, a very specific, or a couple ideas. There was two of my favorite collabs that I've ever done. One of them came at me with a dozen different ideas. And I was like, you are on point right now. You're giving me options. You're not just here's a collab. I want to do a collab. What should we do? No, you come to that other person with an idea. And it's awesome. The other collab that I did that is probably my favorite one is they not only had a specific idea, they had written out the full script, and they just said, Scott, all we need you to do is read this part. Now, of course, me being very nervous, it was a science-based one, so I went and did a lot of my own research and kind of rewrote my portions of the script if I didn't like the way that things were being said. But they came at me with already most of the work done, and all I had to do was get a camera out and film it, and that was awesome. So definitely do that sort of thing if you can. And then, of course, don't get discouraged if bigger people don't want to collab with you, because that's just the way it goes sometimes. You got to work with your own crowd, get a whole crowd of people going. Any interesting takeaways from VidCon that you want to share? Yeah, a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of practical stuff I heard. If you're live streaming on Facebook, you should always include some sort of emoji in the title, because emojis perform way better than not having one. There's a lot of small tips and tricks like that that are really weird. When it comes to, I didn't actually go to a ton of like algorithm stuff because those usually get packed up pretty full, and a lot of the times it's not a bunch of brand new information. But yeah, I mean, there's some really cool stuff about working with people. Thomas Frank, a friend of mine, did a panel about making videos faster, like making them quickly, not like, you know, making a video double speed, making it faster, because that would be weird. But yeah, so he did a lot of tips and tricks about that sort of stuff, working on a team, you know, figuring out what's your art and what is your ego. Your art would be like, you know, the stuff that you actually genuinely love to do, and the ego is stuff like, look, I know that I can do this really well, but I hate doing it, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know I can do it well. That's like an ego thing, whereas an art is like, this is what I love to do. So, is Mother's Basement NerdSync size? I think he's a little bit, in terms of subscribers, I think he's a little bit smaller, but he gets mad views. He's also just a cool guy. I met him last year at the last VidCon in person. You know, sometimes for me, I just work with people that I'm a fan of. I've worked with people, you know, when I've been over 300,000 subscribers, which is me now, but a little bit less a couple months ago. I've worked with people who have less than 1,000 subscribers just because I like them, you know? I like the stuff they make. And that's a key for me. It's not going to be the same for everybody, but that's the key for me. Like, I'll work with you if you make stuff that I enjoy, regardless of your subscriber number. Because I just want to help out my friends, and I just want to help out people that I like. So, yeah. Yeah, I actually just watched MatPat's 2 videos with the algorithm earlier today, maybe like an hour or 2 ago. So, everyone's wondering why I hate MatPat. It's not that I hate MatPat. It's just we've interacted before, and he's been nothing but nice. It's just that I don't particularly care for his videos. Him as a person, he's fine. But you know, his videos aren't for me. I think, in fact, during the algorithm videos, I was skipping through. They were like, whenever he stops to make jokes, I just skip through. I just hit the skip, you know. I hit the L key on my keyboard, just kind of skip forward a couple seconds, because I'm like, all right, dude, just get back to we get it. But it's also a thing. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to start YouTube drama. Or maybe I should. That's how the algorithm works now. Watch loops. No, I'm the kind of person where if you work with me on a video, I want to make sure that you get credit, and usually that comes in the form of creator credits, right? Andrew, you know this. I don't know. I mean, maybe you have it set up. I tag you guys I tag editors and writers and music people in the creator credits because I want people to know that, hey, these people worked on this video, and I appreciate that, and I think they should get attention for it. And we'll even, you know, be transparent about that on Twitter and everything like that. But I just, from my experience with MatPat, he's not very good at giving credit to the large team that he has. So, you know, people who write his videos, people who edit his videos, that sort of stuff, he doesn't usually credit them. He'll occasionally throw them up on screen or whatever, but that's very occasionally from my experience. That's my only thing. That's my only thing with MatPat, is I feel like he could credit people more with the work. That's it, though. Let's not start YouTube drama. I mean, maybe he has a reason. I don't know. I've never talked to the man about this very specific thing. Scott and Ice Wonder versus MatPat. Oh no, I will lose, but I'll probably gain subscribers and views from it. So, you know, I'm fine with this. Are you planning on doing a collab with Variant? You know what's funny? I moved to Texas, and he's not too far away from me, and we've never done a collab together. We probably should, though, at some point. Before I might eventually leave Texas someday, and we should probably do a collab before then, but we just never have. He's super busy, you know? He's always doing a bunch of stuff. I mean, and to be fair, I'm always super busy. And my turnaround time is bad. It's like, it's not something, I have a hard time figuring out. Sometimes I'll make a topic, I'll come up with a topic and I have to get it done like that day. And so that's obviously not ideal for collaborations. But I would love a collaboration with all of the comic tubers, all of them. It would be glorious. Well, we will see someday. What are my thoughts on Spider-Man Homecoming? Haven't seen it. I don't have thoughts on it. But we will be doing a Spider-Man video next week, I think. But yeah. Have Eris on the online podcast. Oh, we could! That's a good idea. We were actually talking... does anyone know Sam Basher from... previously from SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd and all that stuff? He was talking about potentially being on the online podcast with us as well, which is cool. I've rarely watched anything that he's been in, and I feel bad about that. But but Dylan is a huge fan, so it's more so for Dylan's sake. But who knows? Maybe we'll all walk away best friendsies. Yeah, the Wonder Woman Part 2 video. So the problem with that's what would have gone up. Had Adam West not died, that's what would have gone up. That's what we probably would have been working on. But I wanted to do the Adam West video before, while that was at least somewhat relevant. The Wonder Woman Part 2 we will still be doing, but we might save that for like whenever Wonder Woman is released on home media or something like that. Basically whenever there's like an honest trailers for it, that's when we'll do it. Because we gotta tag onto that trending video. Unless there was already one and I missed it. I don't know. Usually they wait. Don't they wait? Or maybe it's everything wrong with? I can't remember. Who knows? Whenever all of those people start making more Wonder Woman videos, that's when we'll finish ours. So we can ride that wave, that second wave of Wonder Woman. That's what we'll do. What's my thoughts on having my videos watched by people all over the world? It's hard to internalize. In fact, it's hard to internalize the numbers, right? Like the Adam West video has something like over 30,000 people or 30,000 views on it. And to me, I'm like, oof, I wish that was higher. It's not high enough. But I'm not, it's hard to say like, no, but those are 30,000 people who took the time out of their day to watch the video. That's crazy. But yeah. That's I don't know if that answers your question at all, but it's very hard to it's very hard to, I don't know, it's just hard. It's hard to imagine that they're real people. Release it early on Patreon. I mean, I will once it's done. It's not done. That's the problem. We haven't even written it yet. It's on the back burner. We have to do Spider-Man stuff now because of Homecoming. And once everything's calmed down, we have to do Inhumans stuff whenever Inhumans comes out for September. But yeah, just got a lot of stuff on our plate. Am I excited to see The Last Jedi? I am. I like Star Wars. I like the Star Wars. I'm not a huge knowledgeable person when it comes to Star Wars, but I do like it. We might wind things down a little bit here. We've been going for, close to 45 minutes now. And my face is not any less itchy. So, I'm probably gonna end the stream. But yeah, we have a bunch of cool people we might do some collabs with, like Sam, like potentially the Super Carlins. I say that not actually having talked to them directly, but more so talked to DK about it. But we'll see. And a bunch of other people that I met at VidCon. It'll be a good time. The Wisecrack people. I met them at VidCon, and we hung out a bunch at the YouTube space as well. So potentially we'll do some Wisecrack stuff. Wisecrack makes good stuff. Stuffs. Moisturizer. You're probably not wrong. I have beard oil, but I don't apply it every day. Maybe that's my problem. Collab with Jawin. I should. We've done the podcast before, but we've never done a video together. That'd be a lot of fun. My problem is it's really hard to find collaborations with people with the types of stuff that I do. Like the podcast was a great way to have people on and just chat for a bit, but it was really hard to just kind of like bring someone on and be like, hey, tell me everything you know about this topic and we'll turn it into a video. Yeah. Ooh, I could talk to Sam about the Flash. We could do a Flash video together. I have an idea for a Flash video, actually, for the Flash TV show specifically. Yeah. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Collab with Drama Alert. It's good stuff. Well, all right. This turned from an unboxing stream to just a live stream chat, which is a lot of fun. And I like it. I like these videos. I like these streams. But I'm gonna leave now because I actually have a lot of work to do. And I hate it's. What's today? Is it Saturday or Sunday? I missed it already. It's now. It's almost in a couple minutes for me. So I will see you guys next time for another video. Let me know if you like these. Collab with Braincraft. I very briefly met her at VidCon. Ooh, I should do a video about Idea Channel ending. Ooh, that's such a sad thing. Don't worry, you don't actually have to be caught up on the Flash to watch my Flash video idea. It's more so about the concept of the show and not any major plot points. It's gonna be about how Flash. I'm debating if I want to just say it all out loud. You know what? It's fine. It might not be for a while. Basically, the idea is the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek is that Star Wars is science fantasy. It's got a whole bunch of futuristic kind of technologies, but the focus is not on that. The focus is on the adventure and, the fantasy elements. They don't try to explain a lot of stuff. They say the Force exists, deal with it. The Star Trek, on the other hand, is science fiction. The technology is a big part of the show. There are whole episodes about the technology, right? You have characters like Data, and we talk about, being an android. There's a lot of episodes about the teleportation and stuff like that, and all sorts of, the ships. And the technology is at the center. It's at the heart of the show, and they try to explain everything as best as they possibly can. It's not so much, hey, teleportation exists, deal with it. It's more like, here's how the teleportation devices work. Let me explain it to you in these big technical terms. And my problem with The Flash, and I like The Flash, but I do have one problem with it, and that is I think The Flash tries to be a science fiction show. It tries to be sci-fi by explaining everything about, the particle accelerator, explaining about how everyone gets their powers and every wormhole. They want to try and tell you how everything could work theoretically in a sciencey world. But I think the show plays way better as a science fantasy where they tell you, hey, the Speed Force exists. Deal with it. Let's not try to explain it. Just go with it. And let's deal with the adventure. Let's deal with the stories around that. We don't have to explain everything in sciencey mumbo jumbo because the audience is already right there with you. The audience doesn't need that. The audience knows, okay, the particle accelerator explosion gave people powers. Done. End of story. I don't need to know how every person got their powers. Like, oh, this person was fixing a telephone line, so it must have, the electrons must have transferred over to the... I don't care. I don't care about that. You don't have to tell me that. You can just tell me particle accelerator explosion gave him powers. Done. End of story. Let's get on with the adventure. That's my big problem with The Flash, and I think that would be a fun video to talk about. But anyway, I rambled on for too long. So yes. Anyway, yes, Idea Channel. I know of the whole midichlorians thing, but the point is, original Star Wars didn't try to explain anything. They were just like, yeah, these things. Well, let's not even focus on the Force then. They just say droids exist, deal with it. They don't go into detail about how the droids exist or their functions or anything like that. Meanwhile, over on Star Trek, you have Data, who is always talking about his processor and how everything in his brain works. Like, he's always trying to explain how he processes information and how, yes, I don't feel emotions, but, I can't feel the emotion of, missing someone. But if my brain, if my neural patterns start to get accustomed to someone being around and that person is gone, then I experience a feeling, something that is close to missing someone. They really go out of their way to explain that sort of stuff. But anyway, that's my whole spiel. the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars and how The Flash is trying to be sci-fi, but it works way better as science fantasy, in my opinion. That'd be a fun video to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been trying to end this stream for years now, it seems. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks to all the Super Chat people as well. I wish I had their names. I bet I do somewhere. Yes. Thanks to Brandon. Thanks to Soundboard. Thanks to Carvin. And thanks to Soundboard again for doing it. Thank you for the Super Chats. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Bye-bye. What's happening?